guys. Hope everyone is doing well, So I've just recently watched the press conference from Daniel Farke going into the game against Sunderland at home. I didn't do a video reacting to the game because, personally, from a personal point of view, I think I like to leave it. I like to wait and reflect before I give my opinion, because my opinion during the game or even after the game is never based on logic. It's based on kind of emotion, and that's not the persona I want to bring across online. To be honest with you, so upon reflection and listening to what Daniel Farke said, I've had some time to just kind of relax and think about it and realize the situation and understand the situation and the context of it. And I mentioned on Joe's show yesterday, if you guys have seen that, go watch it, obviously, about how do we get out of this situation we're in, where performances seem slow, the players seem kind of lethargic at times, and the build-up slow, its movement isn't on point. And for me, I mentioned there's many ways in which you can fix things. It's not one way, it's not a single thing. It's about getting the right way and choosing the right way that's most effective to the squad. And I base it on my experiences, really. That's all you really can do. And in the last few years, been so many ways as an analyst that I've been told when we lose, we're on a losing streak, or just 2 or 3 games we've not played well, we've not really got the results we need, morale feels quite low, you can batter them, shout at them, tell them this is it, you're in this situation, you have to do this, and overanalyze tactically. These things need to change. 15, this needs to change. But actually, when you deep it and when you think about it, there's not the time between games to input all these different ideas onto the players in a way that's effective to get a performance or a winning performance out of the team. There's a day or two of training in order to make so many changes and adapt roles and understanding of roles and who is playing in that position and what that means and how that changes everything you do in the game, because it does. It's a different person, it's a different player, different attributes. It's just not feasible in a short period of time. You have to be productive with your time. And Daniel Farke mentioned in his press conference about the need for calmness and understanding. And one thing he did say, and it's what I mentioned on Joe's show, was being critical, speaking to each other, speaking to the team, getting the team together, and just being honest and being critical, having critical conversations, honest conversations, critical about the performance, critical about what's going on, to come to a mutual understanding that it's not been good enough. And actually, when you consider where we were, 17 points, 12 points off Ipswich, where we are and what got us there, that's what you have to go back to. That's the basic information that you can rely on to get results, right? Not necessarily making 10, 15 changes here and there. For me, and I agree, this is all purely mental. I'm sure the players are fatigued, but to the extent in which we perform at times in the last few games, I don't think that's true. I do think it's a mental fight of just realising and understanding the situation you're in, what is required, and what got us here to this point, where we're 2 points off the top from what we were before. And all that can be done simply by a conversation and a chat with the team, critical and honest chat with each other. And Farke mentioned that, and that's what I've done this year. Like I said, you can overanalyze everything. It's so easy to overanalyze it. This didn't work, change this, change that, change this. That just creates confusion amongst the players and a lack of understanding. You don't have 3 weeks to train and understand the changes. Can't do it. It's not feasible. And I told you that because I failed doing that in the past as part of a team that's done that. But in actual fact, some of the worst runs we've been on have been fixed by an analysis session, just having an honest conversation with each other and just going out and training well. From that conversation, that's what you achieve. Go out, have a good training session, a good few training sessions that week. That fixes it. Just anything, just go back to basics that can lift the morale of the side. And this is not thinking, guys, I've failed in the past overanalyzing things. This needs to change, this needs to change. We've done that and failed. We tried to change an entire system, and we've had 5 different For different players, you have this role now, different roles for different players. It didn't work. You don't have the time to do that. You got time, excellent. Don't. Got maybe 2 training sessions. It simply isn't feasible. It isn't. Failed doing that. But sometimes it takes an honest conversation, sitting down, looking at the game, just being honest with each other. This isn't right. This shouldn't happen. How do we get here? What do we need to do to get back to how we get here? What's your mentality? Simple conversations, the realization from these players. And you go into the training pitch that week, absolutely smash it. And then your mentality's back, it's right. You're in the zone, you're ready. Everyone's ready. That's the basic premise of it. We can ask for this change, we can ask for this change. But the issue isn't an individual change. The issue is a collective kind of strength of desire in the games, of really, really fighting for every moment. Really expressing yourselves in the final third. Really taking risks to progress up the pitch. Just mentality things we did. You know, we have to accept that not only our talent will take us to the top. It doesn't. It's the biggest myth that the best teams win all the time. It simply isn't true. It simply isn't true. That's again going to my experience at university, where I was part of the second team and we beat the academy team. We weren't more talented than them. We didn't prepare more for them. Even the coaching level was not higher. We went into that game with, we really wanted it. And them being more talented than us, they didn't want it as much. But they didn't win. We wanted that. That was the mentality we went in with, and we beat them. That's all it takes in football. It doesn't matter how talented you are. And don't misconcept what I'm saying. I'm not saying you don't want it. They do. These players do. They do want it. They just struggle to figure out how that looks and how to do that in games where you're playing against a side who is full of players, you know, who needed it and really wanted it in Coventry. They really wanted that win. And we weren't able to lift our intensity to match theirs. So they came out on top. And in fact, is also right in the fact that if you look at it, we still could create 2 or 3 big chances that we didn't take. And that talks about being the critical side of it. We didn't win our battles. Being critical. These are the basic football. And you don't always have to overanalyze everything. 15 changes are not needed. Fine, you can change a player. The rest of the team have to step up to the plate in order for that player to be effective. You know, if Will Nonto came in, Mateo Joseph came in, it doesn't change the entire mentality of the side. That's a collective thing. That's a team thing. That's something that the team need to come together and understand. We're going into the last 5 games now, dealing with that, parking that, having an honest conversation with each other, and just training hard, training well, and really get to grips with what needs to happen. It's so key. It's a vital part of experience, people. People keep forgetting about, you know, just play all these players. Experience is key. You know, in fact, I spoke about Patrick, you know, the things he thought he could do better. He was honest in the interview. This is what I mean, being honest with each other. He was honest in the interview. He said about, he should be taking some of these chances. Yes. He was also honest about the things he does, the running thing, the running side of it, the intensity of the running, the pressing side of it, the movement side of it off the ball. He was honest. He made an honest review of the player and what he needs to do better. And this will be the same conversation he'll have with every player. These honest conversations. And if you're a type of personality that doesn't like the honesty, and you take that, oh, he's having a go at me, it won't work. You won't get to the top. These players like that. I know they do. I know it motivates them. We've seen that this season. We've been on this amazing winning run because of that, because they've been honest with each other in a bad period around Christmas. That's the side we need to get back. What helped us get to that point? Rejuvenate, re-energize us to that. It's not that deep, people. It doesn't have to be that deep. Look, the point is we could come out against Sunderland and be terrible. And then you're looking at a problem where it's kind of like, yeah, not been a reset. It's not been that understanding yet. And that's where it builds up, and that happens in teams, and that's why teams fail in all. But there is a need for calmness. There is a need to be relax, back the team that goes out and support them. Because this is a tough period for everyone involved. In the sporting context, it's very difficult. The man that's probably the least calm is probably the manager, and he's still probably got an ounce of stress in because of what's going on in the high situation. The difference being he's been there, so he knows how to deal with that stress. He knows how to not show it. He knows how to adapt to that stress. So it's a key point in the season. It's the same for every team. You know, they're going to have similar issues going on at their club. We have to come out on top. We have to believe in ourselves and truly want this more than they do. That's simple. We have to want this. If we want a game more than the opposition, we'll win it because we have that talent. I think it's as simple as that. We have that talent. Even when we don't play well, that talent can bring us through the game. We want it more than them. And we have our talent. We win. Every team in this league. We're that good if we want to be. And this feeling of we want it isn't saying they don't want it. It's wanting it more than the team you're playing against. Because they will want it more when they play against you. You're Leeds United, or even forgetting the name, you're the top of the tree, you've come down from the Premier League. It's a statement to get something from Leeds or Leicester, Southampton. It's a statement. Beat the teams at the top, a statement. Something that can really push you on. So we've got to match that. We've got pride in ourselves and think, getting anything from. We're not that easy to get anything from. It was fairly straightforward for Coventry. Although we had our chances to win, all in all, the aggression, the front two were always smiling. They were living. They were fine with that. They loved their battles. We've got to love our battles. Like I said, for a lot of those players, it lost the fun side of the game. It's more just about the seriousness of it. You can have that fun side. Football, enjoy it. The crowd will be screaming your name. I believe they do. I believe they do got it in them. I really do. They have to realise it now. They have to realise what they need to do now. It's quite simple. There's 5 games left. This is it now. Forget previous 40 games. They don't matter now. It doesn't matter. They're gone. There's literally 5 left. That's all that matters. Getting as much points as possible in these 5 games. Leaving nothing chance, no regrets. Go for it. Do what you know you can. Step up to the plate. Be as intense as you know you can. Want it more than the opponent. But also understand how to want it more. In your mind, you might want it more, but how does that come out on the pitch, right? You've got to go for it. You've got to really want it. Every moment, every inch has got to be a fight. Every time you think that defender's going to get a tackle in, get your body in front of him, get your body in front of them, work extra hard to track back, everything. Win every header in that box. Rodon, Ampadu, whoever's playing. Win everything in there. That midfield battle is key. Take pride. This guy is not getting past me. You know, Ilya Gurev. I'm Ilya Gurev. Came from the Bundesliga. 5 million quid. He ain't getting past me. I want to play in the Premier League next season. He ain't getting past me. You know, from a striking perspective, whether you're Matteo Joseph or Patrick Bamford getting criticised, I'm not having that. Right? These defenders think they can bully him in Matteo Joseph. When he comes on, I'm not starting. I'm not playing. I'm going to prove people. I'm going to prove these guys. These defenders don't know who I am. I'm going to show them who I am. Willie Nonso, you want to go play for Italy in the summer? This is your chance when you're fit. And James, get over the situations, the tough situations you've been in. Get through it. Fight for your place in the Premier League. That's what's up for grabs right now. Jorginho Rutter. People saying you shouldn't play, you should be dropped. Their argument. Why? Jorginho Rutter should take that as pride. Why are they saying that? Okay. I'll show them. Might be playing through pain. Get it. Look, I played through pain for 5 since I was 16. Agonising pains in my legs every game. Couldn't sleep after games. Horrible pain. You do it for the love of the game. You love the game. You do it. Hurts, but you go through it. Take a painkiller, whatever you need to do. Because in 5 games' time, it's finished. And you can take 3 weeks off to do nothing but chill out. 5 games, that's all it is now. We're nearly there. Once that's done, you can chill out. Do everything you can. Each player does everything they can. 5 games, they can relax on the beach, chill out, prepare themselves for the Premier League, which they all want to play in. How much do you want that? That's all I've got to say. Nothing else to say. It's as simple as that. Simple as an honest chat, talking to each other, getting out what happened, what went wrong, why did that go wrong, how do we fix that? That's how we fix it. Okay, let's do that. Let's work hard at training to do that. Let's take that intensity into these last 5 games, because that's all that matters now. Prove people wrong. Prove yourself right. Think you're a good footballer. Prove it. Prove you want it more than that person in front of you that's trying to stop you get to where you want to be. Pride, people. Pride. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. Hope guys appreciate this one. Look, no tactical stuff really. It's not needed right now. We know what we've got to do in these games. It's quite simple. We've got to do it. We've got to want it more. More. They do want it, but they've got to want it more than everyone we play. And we've got to show that on the... Yeah, I appreciate all support. Like I said, I'd read the comments and I said, it's so difficult when games are like next to each other, because I was going to read the comments this morning. I was going to go through them all, but then I realised the game was just... I did the video before the game, but the points are kind of changed, so I'd be like, yes, he told... So I'm not going to do that. I will try... I'll read the ones that watch this today, because tomorrow I'll be there, so I won't be able to do comments, but if you reply today, I will reply, I promise. Sorry, it's just, when there's 2 games in a week, it's almost impossible, because by the time I get to it, the game's already gone. But yeah, I appreciate everyone. You're all legends. Relax, people. Fine. It's fine. Right now, it's fine. We're fine. Game at Ellen Road tomorrow. Let's go.